Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing Mono Red Dragons. Why is it Mono Red? Because there's nothing but red spells in here. Oh, it's a white card. We have no white mana, but we still can play it due to Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon. So it's not really white. It's just something weird we can do because it's dragons, right? And dragons, because we have two dragons right over there, and the rest of it is not dragons. Man, for calling it Mono Red Dragons, this deck is definitely not Mono Red, and is definitely not only dragons. But that's what we're playing today. So if that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, and remember, in the immortal words of His Holiness, the Space Pope, the cow says, moo. Doctor, you can't suck it. Yes, thank you. Filmed before a live studio audience. Thank you so much. You can't suck it. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on MTG Goldfish called Mono Red Dragons, put out there by Powered by Vanya. And this deck is neither Mono Red nor Dragon Tribal, so that's an incredibly strange name. All right, so whatever crazy pants, this is what we're going to take a look at. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards in this deck. We'll talk about how it should work, and then we're going to go out, we're going to crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got? We got 2 points of damage to any target, 2 points of damage to any target, 3 points of damage to any target, 1 point of damage whenever this to an opponent whenever it attacks. This guy will give you treasure tokens whenever you commit a crime, only once per turn. You can sacrifice 3 treasures to create a dragon, a 4/4 dragon, with flying and haste. So if you get enough treasures together and you got a Magda out, you can make some scorpion dragons, some Scorpiotes. Sarkhan potentially can get you a treasure token. And then whenever you put out a dragon, it gets plus Popo counter and it gains flying until the end of the turn. So Sarkhan does what Sarkhan does best. Screaming Nemesis does hasty 3/3, and whenever it is dealt damage, you deal that much damage to another target. If you happen to pick your opponent, they cannot gain life for the rest of the turn, so that keeps down life gain. Look who else takes down life gain. Sunspine Lynx. Players can't gain life. Damage can't be prevented. And whenever it enters, it deals damage to each player equal to the number of non-basic land that player controls. So suck it! Nova Hellkite, flying haste. You can get it out for 3 and then later again for 5. Whenever it enters, it deals 1 damage to target creature an opponent controls. And the Twinmaw, you can either choose, it's one or the other, to do 5 damage to target creature without flying, or you can put out a flying dragon. And when it enters, you gain 5 life. So that's cool. And it's a 5/4 flying dragon for 6. All right, we got a Soulstone Sanctuary, which becomes a 3/3 of every given type. I don't really see any benefits for putting anything out, so I don't think it really matters that much. Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon, where you can use the mana to be of any color to cast a dragon or omen spell. So that means you can actually play the white part from the Maelstrom. Or you can sacrifice it to go look for a dragon. I'd go looking for a Nova Hellkite. Oh, we have 18 lands. So there we go. What are we going to do? We're going to control the board, possibly, if we feel like it, so that our little dudes can do some damage until we finally get some nice flying guys in place, keeping them from gaining life if that's something they like to do, and at which point then we'll end it up with a few dragons to the face, and that'll finish them off. All right, so before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Volgaroth, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. And we're playing against Go Nasky. Go Nasky. Keep. You know, this is a Burrows deck. Yeah, I don't have any, not even the hint of white in here. Okay, we kind of want to save these to go for the face, but we'll see what we're facing against. No, Chocobo. Yeah, I'd love to generate a dragon. That'd be fantastic. I will put that guy out of his misery, as one does. Magda. Don't make me commit crimes on you, because I will. I'm a smooth criminal. Dum bum bada bum bum bada bum 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 bum. All right, I guess I'm going to have to play with my fish now. Here we go, Cubert. Enjoy your Energon Cube. Yeah, I'll Hellkite it. Why not? What are you going to do with one blue mana? Serpico, you going to bounce it? Yeah! In your face. Alright, now I gotta wait till I get to 5 mana before we can play it again. Oh well. I was gonna have to wait till 5 mana to play it anyway. Let's see about the Nova Hellkite. You just played early. Who cares? If you want to start eating my stuff, problem is you need to put a... You don't have any creatures to put it on, do you? He's not playing with any non-basic ones. I'm gonna put it anyway. I need the muscle. All right, well, taking non-damage because nobody has non-basic lands. Yep, that's how it goes. Nothing. I'm planning on frying that guy out of the sky as soon as I get an open pathway. Of course, if you pump it up to 3, that's not going to happen. I got to watch out for that. What does 3 do? Instead of none for left the battlefield's turn. Okay, well, that's not going to help me out. I just got to remember he's got a trick. He's got to get rid of a creature. I don't have any creatures. Does he have a creature? Negative. So yeah, we can just kill it. That looks fine. He doesn't have a trick. There are no tricks for that. It's gone. All right. And in we go. Let's take it. Come on. Go get him, Lynx. I got enough mana to do everything, so we'll just go ahead and play everything. We can burst lightning if he tries to put somebody out. He's got a guy in the graveyard that he could sacrifice to get a Popo counter on somebody, so I got to watch that tricksy while he's white. He wants to be as vicious as I am, you can tell. Oh, quit looking at your graveyard. I mean, we'll put it out. He'll kill it. Whatevs, right? I could have used that treasure. All right, down to 6. You know, it's funny is the whole world just seemed to hesitate there for a second, as though it's some sort of simulation. We all know that's not true. What happened to my fish? Did he turn it off? Is this what mute looks like? Oh, yeah, my fish is quiet. It is peaceful. There is nothing there. If I just pick up another mana, we can end this thing. Dun 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 dun. Come smooth criminal. Dun 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 dun. Alright, come on, let's be done. You're out of mana. You're completely tapped. You got a guy that's blowing smoke rings. Let's finish this up. And I just need 1 mana. What is that all about? And I did not get it. Let's just take it in. You want to block there, Serpico? I mean, I'm going to lose them. Yep, all because I can't get another mana for some reason. Oh, come on. Let's just pass me the rock, yo, so we can finish this up. How do I unmute my fish? All right, you got a whole lot of red. As in 2. How did you just do that? I mean, you didn't have 6 mana. Is that enough? Can we finally do this? Still, it's just a 5/4, though. All right, he's down to 1. We can get the man land going if we need to. Just as long as he doesn't have 2 creatures out. It's like he wants to pump up the slick shot. Uh-huh. What we got up here? He's just going to draw cards. You got the mana for it. All right, the question is, he's just going to sit there and do nothing. All right, so you can, at this point, kill my land, and I can only kill one of your guys. It's probably in your best interest to just, yeah, I was going to say not do that, but whatevs. All right, you got 1 card. That's it. You can scry, you can look at the future. I don't think you can play. I don't think you're going to drop that. Yeah, you got enough to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is not the thing that does it. Nah, you can just exile. All right, never mind. Cool, man. Have a good time. All right, my turn. My turn. My turn. My turn. I've never seen Hubert gone. I find that very disturbing. All right, Nasky, pass it over, man. It's time to suck it. There you go. Potty pants. Victory. All right, playing against Llahsram. Assuming that's correct. I don't really know. Keep. All right, so 3 gets us into Screaming Nemesis, 2 gets us into Sarkhan. I don't have anything to show, so no. I'm going to give it a... let's go ahead and put Soulstone out. Let's go to Crazy Town. Go for it. Nice, he doesn't have anything, any sort of instant on him. Ooh, the Sunspine Lynx is going to just punish him. There's his instant. He picked one up. All right, I'm going to take 1. He's going to take 3. And in we go. He doesn't have anything that does damage, so yeah, he's got the right thing to go against Screaming Nemesis with. That is horrible. Yeah, we're all cool. Let's send him in. Is he just going to block with fish? I mean, you don't want to block at all. Screaming Nemesis is the devil. I'm going to keep him from gaining life. That's what I'm going to do. I mean, the Lynx was doing a good job of that, but this does it permanently. And you're done! Winner, winner! Victory dinner! I are playing against QAMOULOX. This is hard to spell out words you don't see in real life. You see, you know, suck it constantly. That's something that's going to happen. But there's no U in there, and there's no such thing in the English language as words without Q's without U's, right? How do you pronounce a Q without a U? All right, looks like we're going to Hoardmaster it on the next turn. You can always give something a charring bite if you like. I always thought that was a weird looking swan. I didn't realize it was a white dragon. All right, I mean, that was out of waste? I don't know. Personally, I don't really understand Builder's talent. I know there seems to be certain decks based upon it. It's all upon, what does this thing say? Non-creature, permanents, things like that. It's just weird. I know this puts out little babies. They put out something. It looks like he's barely even playing with white at all. You really going to come after Magda? Alright, here comes another Magda. You know who's going to get hosed? You are. All right, there we go. 4/4 Magda. But the only big problem is that he's not playing anything that does damage. That was a lot. Well, I can finally deal some damage there. Alright, so I got basically control in my hand. I need to hold on to it. You got nothing to create a copy of. That's weird. Alright, he's down to 13. What do I got? I got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's just hold on. I mean, technically I could play it all. I got 5 right there. Alright, we gotta use our little tricks to get rid of that stuff. He's gonna try to go ahead and make a copy. I gotta kill this thing while I got the opportunity. I don't want to be chumped. Do I have to pay a lot to be able to get rid of this little guy? No, good. Thank you. All right, there we go. Ooh, Screaming Nemesis. Let's take it in. Come on. We're going. All right, you can try to pop it, try to put a blocker out. Let's fry ourselves another little rabbit. As one does. Yeah, prevent all of that from happening. All right, I can kill him next turn with what I got. So even if he wipes the board, we're good. Yeah, there you go. He just wiped the board. He thinks I saved it. Just don't gain any life. And you lose. Suck it, sucker fish. Suck it. And we're playing against YAEBA. All right, got a couple of 2s right there. The only thing I like about Plasma Bolt, I don't like sorcery. No, Choky Bow. All right, I gotta plasma myself, somebody. Plasma. Yeah, I come down on my spaceship, and what do? I totally plasma a little chick, a little rubber duck. Get him! Alright, if he's just going to be playing green, it's going to rocket out of control. There's Bristly Bill. I can only do 2 points of damage, unfortunately. If he drops the land right now, we're toast. Cool. Alright, I would like to... I don't have anything. What's Magda really going to do for us? Nothing great. Not him either. Alright, we're flooding guys out, but they don't work the way they're supposed to because we don't have the other things. We don't have another Plasma Bolt, unfortunately. Alright, it'd be nice if he blocks Screaming Nemesis. He's not going to do it. This has a sorcery. I could do it any time. Alright, he's down to 7. Let's just hold off. I'm gonna say it'd be cool to get the source the man land in play. Okay, as things are getting crazy. It's got a lot of pops going on there. Now we might have to, he's just going to pop it again, get it up to 20. Things can come rolling in with Tifa Khalifa. And I just barely squeaked one out there. Ooh, let's see what happens. All in, baby. Alright, all I gotta do is lightning strike this guy in the face. After squirreling at least 3 points of damage in. And we win! Ah ha 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 ha! Victory! Alright, so here we are with Mono Red Dragons. Mono Red Dragons. And yeah, it ended up being a great deck. It was really good. Yeah, I'm surprised that it was as good as it is and why people aren't playing it more. Because for me, this deck was rocking it. I mean, I was like at 100% win rate for a long time. Then I lost a couple. It drove down. I ended up with the 70% win rate on it. Because I lost 3 out of 10 games. Still 70%. I mean, like I was in the 80s for quite a long time. All the losses came at the end. I like to get like 4 games recorded. I got 3 and then I lost 2. That's what dropped this thing down. It was nasty. So anyways, this deck did really, really good. Why is that? It's because we got all of this ability to just shoot people in the face. Plasma Bolt goes against any target. Burst Lightning goes any target. Lightning Strike is any target. The Sunspine Lynx, I thought that was great. I hate the art on it, but I think that the effect is fantastic. We got the ability to keep people from gaining life between the Sunspine Lynx and Screaming Nemesis. The ability to go search for dragons with the Maelstrom Spirit Dragon land, which allowed me, I was going to get Nova Hellkite. He was my favorite. The fact that he warps in at 3 and then back out again at 5 is fantastic. So altogether, from a nice aggro deck perspective, this deck totally rocked it. Big time. All right, so let's get down to it. Who was today's MVP? Who was the most valuable player? Yeah, I'm looking. I don't, when I started thinking, I stopped talking. And in this kind of a medium, talking is kind of important. I'm going to give it to the Nova Hellkite. I thought the Nova Hellkite was the best. I like the fact that it had flying, so it was an evasion, and had haste, and did a little bit of damage. And the fact that you could warp it, that was great. So, yeah. Yeah, the fact I get out for 3, they would come back, and then I can bring it back out at 5. Yeah, altogether, the Nova Hellkite had a lot of utility, and I thought it was great. Now, at 5, it's a little expensive compared to the rest of the deck. Everything else is good. I mean, I'm going to say the Sunspine Lynx had a good potential. I like the fact that it kept people from gaining life. Damage can't be prevented. And that it deals damage to each non-basic land. It ended up not being that huge against a lot of people I was playing against there. But still, I'm going to give it to Nova Hellkite. Yeah, totally. Totes but goats, Nova Hellkite. You were today's MVP. Congratulations. You are going to Disneyland. All right, was this deck competitive? Yep, 70% win rate. That is well within bounds for being a competitive deck. I didn't seem to have any problem. Whether I was playing on the ladder or just casual, this deck seemed to rock it across the board. It was fast, it was aggressive, it took control. It was a great deck. Was this deck fun? Yeah, absolutely. One of the things, look at that. 1 and 2, you got tons of cards right in this category here, which means you were playing things early or had the potential to. And I didn't mind not doing stuff, provided that I had the ability to do stuff. It's like I had a Burst Lightning in my hand. Or a Plasma Bolt. The Plasma Bolt kind of pissed me off because it was a sorcery, and I didn't like not being able to play on my opponent's turn when I had mana open, Because, like, how is this really different than Burst Lightning? You know, it really isn't that big of a deal. Burst Lightning seems like practically the exact same card. So why would this be a sorcery? Well, this would be an instant. But it was cool. It was cool. It was nice that we had things to do. All right, lastly, was this deck interesting? Yes. Why was it interesting? Because it is not something we're seeing in the meta right now. As far as like mono red aggro, you can play a completely different deck. You just don't see dragons being focused at. Is there a lot of dragons in this deck? No, not really. I mean, you got the Nova Hellkite and the Twinmaw Stormbrood, but still, I mean, what is it? Sarkhan is the only thing that kind of hints towards dragon, and he's not a dragon. So why would we call this mono red dragon? I mean, it can't be. It's Boros dragon is what it is. Why would they call it mono red dragon when they specifically have the twin brood in here? All right, well, they're just gigantic liars. I mean, I guess you could say, oh, because I can go ahead and do this. Thing is, I can pay for this with the Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon. I can do it. In fact, I think I did. Yeah, I guess mono red because you don't have any white mana. That's also another way to go at it. Well, whatever. It was an interesting deck. It was vaguely tribal, and it did a good job. All right, so let's add this up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was this deck fun? Totes. Was this deck interesting? Yes, sirree, Bob. All right, so that makes it into an A+ deck. A+. And as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I'd highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. All right, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time, Space Cowboys. Later.